Oh, wow.
Okay, that didn't work. I
That
mean, for
wasn't the
me,
guy.
it worked. That was really good. You guys missed out on a lot of good feelings right there. All right, we'll try it again at the end. Maybe everyone's, for me, it's early morning, and so anyway, just jumping in. Could everyone type in the chat? And I'm not great at Meet, but I do see chat here. Just their name, the organization they're working with, one line about what you guys do, and hopefully it would be awesome to also see the country. So, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to say my name as well here, John. Jonathan. Well, that was a big request, huh? What I do, really short, let's say in 3 words or something silly, what you like to do. Instead of what you do for work, what do you like to do? Do you like to run? Do you like to eat pie? I like to climb. Okay. And then New York. All right, there you go. Rachel from Kamara, Mikias. Nice. Adri Marais. Hey, Adri, we've never met in person, I think. Or, hey, nice to see you. Oh, Hussein is here?
The man, the legend.
Hello. You're not gonna get rid of me.
That's awesome. Hussein, look what's happening now that you get David on board. Everyone's connecting. This never happened. That's great. All right. So excited to hear from you all, and super excited that you took the time to join this call. Oh, look, Doreen's here too. Hi, Doreen. All right. So we're going to start off with a couple interactive activities. The first one is if you received that link, otherwise I'll put it in the chat from the email. We're gonna dive in straight into that lesson link in the email, and we're gonna do 2 challenges. Actually, I have something better. I'm gonna demo. Instead of me giving the whole introduction, we're gonna dive straight into the meat, and then we'll take a step back, all right? So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. And I'm going to start from scratch so that you see how it works. Screen. All right, let's see. Let's pick a browser here. New window, so that it's all. Does everyone see my Firefox screen? Okay, great. I'm just going to go to CodeJIKA.org. I'm going to click on, start coding. This leads me to a lesson. I can start coding immediately, and you can too. However, we're going to make it a little more fun. I'm actually going to register as a teacher, and I'm going to write my name. Today, my name is Happy Man. Yes. And my email is happyman2@gmail.com. I'm just showing you kind of how easy it is to register as a teacher. And then I'm going to be a school. Doesn't really matter what you call it. We're going to call it Learning Happy Place. And that is going to be Kigali, since that is in my mind. Okay, we have just created a school, and it auto-created a class and a join code. So I've got a join code here, and I'm going to send it to you now. And hopefully you can all just join me in my class. Ta-da! It's going to ask you to register as a student. You can register as a student, and then go straight to courses, and maybe I guess we could all start on the first course, this one. First lesson of the first module, and we could just go through. I'm going to give you a few minutes to register. 30 seconds to register, and then if you can try to find courses and start going through the slides. And what we're going to try and do is actually
Jonathan,
Also,
do you want us to register under build or teach?
build, just the default as a student. But it probably doesn't matter. All right, I assume some of you are done. So if you click on courses, if you get there, I'm actually going to deviate and we're going to do the 5-minute website because that's the easiest, the quickest one to see results. So when you click on courses, click on mini projects right on the top and click on the first little mini project that you see. Once again, we're going to click on courses, then mini projects.
Sorry to interrupt. Are we supposed to use the link that you just sent to join, or are we supposed to register?
Oh, you can use the link, and then it'll encourage you to register.
Okay. Perfect.
But if you've already registered, then when you click on the link, you can just say I already have an account, and you should be able to join even if you've already registered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
It's just so that I can see your progress, and then you can see me seeing your progress, which, yeah.
Is everyone tracking so far? Is everyone on the page, or anyone need help to get here?
All right, so I'm going to keep going. I assume most of you have registered. We're going to click on courses. I'm going to go back to home. So you can find courses right here, and you can click on that, or you can click on any lesson and go back to the courses page. We're going to click on trainings. We're going to go to the 5-minute website, and we're going to just start doing a few challenges. This is a challenge, and it says type H1. So we're going to start by typing the opening symbol and H1. And should give us a validator that we've done it right, yay, and we click I did it, or we click down, or we click next to go to the next slide. This works on mobile, by the way, so if you're on mobile, which you're not today, you can go through these slides, and the idea is that you would then go to the next challenge slide, and you can keep doing this on desktop. You don't have to follow. I'm just demoing the different options. And basically, you're going to type your name and a closing H1 tag in the, so I'm going to John Happy Man and close here. On mobile, you get some additional prompts. But basically, in the browser, you should already see some text by the second challenge. We're not going to do a lot of challenges. We're going to do maybe 4, and then I'm going to show you your progress. I'm going to create a body tag here on top. I see most of you are sort of tracking along. I'm now by the 4th one. Oh, maybe we'll do 5 just so we get some color. Style, interest, chakiri chakara. Okay. I'm going to wait for a second for people to catch up. I've done this a million times, so maybe I'm just Speedy Gonzalez. And I'm just gonna jump ahead and write background pink. Ground. I'm actually gonna pink. I'm gonna write pink. Yeah, fine. And a colon, and then I'm gonna change it to teal so that I look different. Yes. Now. Okay, so I see that only 4 people, and God bless you guys. If you see my screen, 4 wonderful people have joined my tribe besides me, because I'm probably, and you've each been given a Ludovic, God bless you, happy man with me. Ryan made it. So actually, I think some of you didn't manage to follow the link, but okay. Lorna K. Elkorna Zeutskwa. I can.
Lucia.
Okay, I don't know what her name is, but she's in training too, and she's making some progress here. Training 0 there. She completed. Okay, so anyway, if you're looking at my screen right now and you haven't registered, then you're just getting a deep dive into how things would probably work with your class when you try this. Maybe only the first 3 students would manage to register, but you could see their progress. And this is lesson 1. And then you can go up to the courses and look at game development and see the different lessons and drill down into them and see exactly where people are progressing or not. And that is the quick intro to the online platform. And now we are going to shift to, I'm going to give you another link, and that is to the offline curriculum. As I said, we are starting with jumping straight into the meat of this. Oops, all those slides we're still going to cover. Here we go. There you go. That should work. I've just sent a link, and what we want to do is, well, click on it, and it should take us to this lovely page. We're going to, actually can show you my slide on this. We're going to go to the curriculum section. We're going to click on project 2, but hey, you can click on any project you want, and we call them projects, but they're modules, and it's a series of lessons, and each lesson the student adds code. But what's different about CodeJIKA in general is that the lessons are all interconnected, and the code from lesson 1 builds through lesson 2, so that at the end of the project, the student has coded from scratch, let's say 100 lines of code, and has actually something very impressive to show. He has worked with debugging, and it's not just small snippets and exercises, but he's actually built a very impressive project throughout the course of the project module. And so I'm going to show what that looks like. What I want you to do, follow this link. Did everyone have, if you have a problem with actually, let's reverse that. Please raise your hand if you've followed the link and you found the project. Great, looks like a lot of hands. Okay, Rachel's struggling. Rachel's not struggling. I love that, she's digital hands. That's great. I love all the digital hands. I love you guys. You are the future. No, actually, you know, both are wonderful. All right, so I'm going to share the, just go through here curriculum. Going to jump into PDF 2. So that is just to show you, if you want to do offline coding, all you have to do is take this PDF file, which is about 2 megabytes. It's not big, and it has many pages. And you put it on the website, and this is project 2, so it's slightly harder. I'm actually going to give you show you the intro guide here, which is how kids can actually start. And it actually starts by showing them how to open Notepad and how to save Notepad and how to save it as a HTML and how to work with Notepad and just to save and refresh it and then open it in the browser. And this is basically how to look. So, but that's we have just finished our brief introduction, and now we're going to jump into the presentation and give you a more deeper view of what this is all about. So I'm just going to start the.
Just before you start the presentation, Jonathan, yes. Is everyone tracking? Did everyone have a play around and kind of get a feel for what the platform is and does?
Let me how do I stop sharing?
Yes.
Nice. Hey, any questions so far? Let's do questions. Why not? Let me ask Miriam Hassan. Any questions? What are your thoughts?
Okay, you read my mind. I wanted to know if it's only present in English, or are there other languages on the server, the website?
We actually, on the website right now, you would only find English, but I just asked Rachel to add the Arabic and Portuguese versions, which are not the full versions. We also have, and I get to show this now just for fun because we're having fun today. How do I share screen here? We're just making this sort of interactive. I get to share because I love it when people ask questions. We've actually created an Arabic version of CodeJIKA, which is called CodeJALA. And I don't know if you can read this, Miriam, but for me, it's just looks nice. I don't know what it says. And but the offline curriculum, yeah, we actually have we actually have the offline curriculum in Arabic as well. I haven't been able to test it myself, but and then we have, yeah, what I wanted to say was we actually have translated the online here into Arabic too. It's even right to left. I don't know how this works, but you can go through it.
I just want to give a clap on that. That is actually fantastic, because our students are quite young, so introducing English to them wouldn't be optimal. So this is actually perfect for us. So thank you for that.
Let me see, maybe just Jonathan. Yeah, everything works. It's the reverse. It actually took a lot of work to get this working. So, but yeah, we're every month or year we're getting better with that. But so that's that. I'm gonna stop presenting for a second. I'm gonna choose someone else. How do I pronounce your name? Lucia?
Yeah, it's correct. Thank you. Yeah, I was just wondering, what's a coding academy? Does it go together with the platform you are showing, or is it just some additional program for, I don't know, just wondering how it works.
The Coding Academy is an experiment we're doing right now because our vision is to move towards more accelerated and advanced training and to start offering that, because it's been a major disappointment to not be able to watch children progress far, because our curriculum we're very good at teaching kids 0 to 10. And actually, there's a lot of other organizations and platforms that are good at teaching kids from 10 to 20 to 50 to 100. There's not a lot that start with from 0 to 10, and that's our specialty. But it's very dissatisfying because we don't get to travel with the kids and watch them like accelerate and go into advanced stuff. So our vision is to work with not only creating more advanced lessons, but also work in cohorts and have that opportunity to work with kids from around the world in cohorts. And that's what we call the academy. And it's pretty much a kind of an experiment. We're learning and iterating. And we'd love to partner with partners who want to do more advanced training as well.
That's why I asked, because in TechSoup, I'm responsible for Meet and Code project, which we run in several European countries. So I'd love to discuss it with you later. Thanks a lot.
We're not super good at advanced training yet, but it's something that we may become good at. And yeah, I'm going to ask one more person what your experience is. I'm going to ask a man because I don't want to be, I'm just seeing, okay, I'm just seeing, how do I see the other screens? I don't know how.
See, Jonathan, if you weren't using a MacBook, this would be easy.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to ask Hussein, maybe you're on 3 other calls at the same time, but in case you're not, were you able to log in? Were you able to look at the curriculum? Any questions?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was able to do the first project, and then also to access to the PDF for the offline project, the second one. Yeah, so all good on my side.
One more, John Stone. Any questions? Were you able? Oh, did you just join? Okay, forget it.
No, I'm good. I've been following, and
okay.
I have the PDF project too. I'm all good.
Okay. Ludovic, any questions so far? Okay, great. All right, so we're jumping.
Sorry, I think Deani had his hand up a couple of times. I don't know whether you've just slipped on the button, Deani, or whether you had a question.
Go, Deani. Hit us.
Yeah, I had a question. I wanted to know if this can be totally hosted offline, because some of the schools that we work with don't have connectivity. So if it's possible to host it on an offline server so that it can be accessed locally.
What a great question. What a great guy. I'm going to answer your question and through these slides. How do I share? Start from play. Welcome to CodeJIKA. Yeah. Ta-da. Our mission is to inspire hope. That is just our desire, as I'm sure all of yours is as well. You know, I mean, maybe it's slightly different, but we want to inspire hope because that's what drives people. Once people lose hope, the world is just a darker place. And so the main purpose for CodeJIKA is to make it very easy for people to understand technology and the modern world around them, and for them to, as a result of working with CodeJIKA, be able to have that inner motivation and lose the fear of technology and have that inner motivation to keep teaching themselves, keep learning about technology and advancing their careers, their learning, or their businesses. And there's something about, you know, having a code editor, typing code, seeing the results, that not only demystifies code, but demystifies technology in general. And I think it helps people to have more confidence even while navigating websites or exploring other apps, because they kind of understand the logic around it, even though they've just touched it in a very simple way. So that is, we just want to give people this like understanding of the basics of coding to help them be more adventurous in what they try to learn for themselves as they go through life. Our vision is to teach 100,000 youth per year for 10 hours each. We're not there yet, although we have been, in the last 12 months, we have been able to engage with and train 100,000 youth, but not for 10 hours each. We're more about a little over an hour or 3 hours. I don't know the exact statistic of how many hours per youth. I'm not going to go through all this, but our vision on the bottom is to create, to work with districts and provide them with the tools they need. And the best way to work with a district is to partner with another organization who already works with schools in that district. So hence, really happy to be on this call. And we want to create great tools and resources for students and also world-class platforms for teachers. And we're a nonprofit organization. We've been around actually since 2009. And we've directly trained 400,000 learners, both online, offline. And when we say directly, I mean through our online platform or through the curriculum. And sometimes that has been implemented by, especially with offline. Actually, we don't really know how much, where, everywhere the offline curriculum, but we did some rather basic estimates. Sorry, I'm just going off a little bit, but we advocate for coding in schools since 2015 and have been running different projects with code.org and other providers, which was actually the motivation for us to make something more suited to Africa, which you'll see. And that more or less is the introduction. Last year, we ran a Code Coaches program, which welcome to share our learnings on that, in which we worked with 80 computer science university students in 12 countries in Africa. We never visited any of those countries, and we encouraged them all to just find a school, and we used certain tools to help them to just start coding with teachers in schools, and then eventually run a competition with a combination of schools from the neighborhood. And these were some of the competitions that once again, Code Coaches, computer science students ran without us ever being on the ground or seeing them in person, just a few Zoom calls and some encouragement and some money. a daily stipend for some of them. Just very basic, you know, coding is telling a computer what to do. It's useful. I can send you this presentation if you like. But now jumping into offline curriculum, what do you need to answer Dasani's question? To teach the offline curriculum, you need a functional computer lab, and the PCs just need to boot up. And really, in practice, you actually need an enthusiastic management that gives you access to the lab and to teachers and to students and supports the kind of mission. The best way to start is with what we call the 10-minute website. On that link I sent you, there's a whole section about the 10-minute website, and it has it also has the 5-minute website, and the 5-minute website it's called the 1 hour, that section is actually called the 1 hour website. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. You can see my screen. This is the 5-minute website, and it's a piece of paper. Oh wait, sorry, I'm showing you the wrong side. That was the advanced side. This is the let me see if I can get those 3 lines of code are the 5-minute website and the instructions of how to start. You print this out, people can share it. You have 10 copies of a black and white sheet of paper. You walk into a classroom, everyone is coding on a notepad within 5 minutes, or you're struggling. But this is the fastest way to start. And if you are dealing with hesitancy from, let's say, principals and teachers, what you just say is, hey, we'd like to do an introduction to coding for 30 minutes with a few of your classes. Would that be okay? And once you do that, normally they're thrilled and happy to have you keep teaching. The hard part, as you all will know, is getting teachers to teach it without a trainer present, and then to get them to teach it during school hours, which is even more challenging and perhaps impossible in some cases. That's the simple version. On the back is the more complex version for the fast-moving students. So 1 sheet of paper solves all your problems. No excuses, Dasani. This sheet of paper will work anywhere in Africa. And this is what how we recommend you start. You don't have to load PDFs on desktops and pass viruses around or anything. So there's no excuses, because we know just loading a PDF on 20 or 30 computers takes time. So we just wanted to make it. So that's the beginning of okay, there we go. And that document is on that same link that I shared with you. Moving forward, this is kind of the outcome. You know, you get a very colorful outcome with a few lines of code, and kids can change the colors and customize it. It's very fun. This is the offline curriculum. We try to make it interactive, even though it's static. We give micro challenges, and we kind of an outcome. This is what you're like at different points, a checkpoint, kind of your code should look like this. So we try to simulate online learning and interactivity, but in a static way. And then even have a quiz and then the answers on the following slide. And we try to make it fun. This is an example of what like project 2 looks like. It's a CV on a website, and it explains. This is, as I showed you this slide earlier, this is how the screen kind of is set up. There's your PDFs, there's your notepad and your browser. And every time you save your notepad and refresh your browser, you see the results of your coding. What's super powerful about this is that doing the coding offline is far more empowering than actually doing it on a platform on the internet, because the student actually understands that they're in complete control and that there's no disintermediation or abstraction, and it's very, and they can take this file and move it anywhere, send it anywhere, and it's actually more empowering, and it's more like a software developer. Project 1 is a simple landing page. Project 2 is that CV website, and project 3 is I'll touch on it later, is a simple business website. And so what's different about it? It's free, it's for teens, it's offline, it's for remote, it's for self-learning, and it's for low tech-savvy learners. And it was designed to be student-driven learning. So it was not designed to be taught by a teacher. However, teachers love it because it makes their life easier. So kids can work at their own pace in the classroom. It doesn't just deal with coding, it deals with how to save files, what pixels are, what are fonts, and it tries to explain it in the simplest way possible. We have practical outcomes. We use super non-technical terms. Here, for example, explaining a div, we say it's a magical stretchy container, and the outcomes are creative. Why we don't include in these 3 projects on the offline. In the online, we've started using images. In the offline, we do not use images or multiple files, and that is because when you're working with, let's say, the same computer and 10 different learners, we found that, like, if they have a project with multiple files linking to images, it's super hard to, like, if the file gets moved and the folder, and also the benefit having single file projects, we try to make them fun by adding browser embedded emojis, which are, browser embedded. They're just a code. But what's nice about this is if you have learners from schools that maybe you can't visit very often and they want a certificate, they can send you their whole project and the evidence of their work, project 3, with their customization, everything, just via WhatsApp. And that's maybe very useful for you at some point, or share it with their friends. And the outcomes we try to make the outcomes very valuable to the development of the youth as well, and very thoughtful. So, asking them to think about what their dream is, what job they want, and at the same time, they're learning how to create a CV, which they'll have to start making when they start looking for a job in a few years. I just want to look at my time. Project 3 is a business website where they actually have to engage with, we're encouraged to engage with, they actually have a form where they can go get information from a local business or organization and kind of create a website. Even though it's very simple, they're getting the idea around marketing, about interacting with businesses and how to sell a product and price it while making a website. So at the moment, there's no official grading matrix offered, no lesson plans, no advanced modules, and no real certified remote quality assurance program. However, happy to work with you on making that happen, especially around the grading matrix, but even lesson plans. However, a lot of people just want to integrate these projects in the way they want, and they don't need lesson plans per se. This is sort of our original goal, seeing kids going beyond just learning a little bit, but actually having a valuable skill in the real world and having that sooner than later. What we found is very helpful when rolling out a program is having an endpoint. And so we would recommend that if you start this coding program, that you tell the students and people involved that it's ending in 8 weeks maximum. And so that accelerates everyone, and you tell them by the end, we want you to make, either a really good project 3 or go beyond project 3 and start working with multi-file templates and images and start making a website for the school, or make a website, multiple websites for a school, whatever, and have a school competition. It doesn't need to be with other schools. It can be just within the school, and you can create a series of maybe groups, or individuals can compete, or you can even have clubs and make 5 different mini clubs within the school, as long as you can coordinate them getting time on PCs. But as we all know, teenagers are just incredible, energetic leadership powered people. And if you give them, if you just tell them, hey, here's a paper, set up a club, and then your first goal is to complete project 2, everyone in the club. Your second goal is to get 20 other learners to complete project 1. They'll do that. And so you'll see clubs, which are generally kind of the older grades in the school, teaching coding and onboarding other classes, as long as they have permission from the management. So this works in other countries and regions. This was in the West Bank. Hallelujah. In 2019, we were able to do and they rolled that out to a lot of schools and did a great competition. The online platform invite. You already got that one or a different one, but I'm going to stop presenting for a second, and we're actually out of time. That covers the offline curriculum, and you kind of already saw the online curriculum. I can take a few questions, and then I can send you to play with something I've never sent anyone before, and that is our AI and API curriculums. And I'm actually, since we're running out of time, I'm going to send that now.
We've got 10 minutes or so, yeah, Jonathan. We're good for time.
We're good for time? Okay, so I'll take questions first, and then I'll end by showing you our very awesome AI and API module outcomes that you can play with. And then obviously when we release those, you can have a look at them. There are some additional tools. There is a new platform we're launching that is better and slicker and more awesome. And I don't have time to show that to you, but I'll just take questions now.
There's a couple coming from chat. So Shista's asking about ethics and how we encourage ethical behavior, particularly in the wake of AI, first of all.
We really don't know. We really don't know how to encourage ethical behavior. You know, we just smile and hug people, I think. That's the best anyone can do at this point. I'm sorry, that wasn't, but I mean, yeah, with AI, I mean, I think, yeah, for humanity, the best thing we can do is smile and hug each other. Because, you know, big tech is going to make the decisions anyway about AI and governments. I mean, maybe that's a bit fatalistic, but who is this? Shahista, I wish you all the best.
So delighted with your presentation, because there was one of the slides that in one of the slides you mentioned that we are trying to create, I don't remember, it was the one right before the teens one that you shared, and that you're trying to create ethical coders. And by having that mindset, I mean, it was very satisfying for someone that believes that we have to be intentionally teaching ethical behavior at this time, to see that in your presentation. So thank you for that. I think all of us are learning. You're not alone. I think all of us are saying, okay, well, you know, how do we create young people? I do that with my own 2 girls. How do we make sure that they understand that this is, you know, we have the digital divide and we're at the wake of a whole nother very accelerated divide. So I didn't mean to put you on the spot at all. I think we're all in the same boat. And I just wanted to thank you for it, you know, for putting that intent in your work and in your presentation. And you know, one of my favorite mentors was the USAID Deputy Director for Africa. And you know, she's passed away, but my goodness, I'm sure she's smiling down at us. I'm sure. So I also earlier mentioned that at TechSoup, we have a wonderful person who is our Africa region lead. And I'd love to make an introduction, because I think that this is just so tangible, you know, and simple. And I love, David, just to quickly also add, I love that you're bringing us together it takes me back to the digital inclusion strategy kind of things. This is the networks part, right? Like you've got the skills part built in.
Yep.
You certainly doing technology, and this is the networks part. And I really think that there is a lot of synergy with what Jonathan you're doing and what TechSoup's doing. And like Wutzia said, she leads the program, the Dell program for us at TechSoup, and she runs Meet and Code Europe. So I would love to also have the three of us meet. So we've already got two. My brain is already in two places with regard to your fantastic work. So thank you.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I'm just going to show you something real quick. Hopefully I have the link somewhere. Where?
Whilst you're loading that up, Jonathan. So
Yeah.
thank you. She said this is dot connection is what I'm here for, and I do have a couple of show and tells in the works as well. But for all of my partners, if you want to take the opportunity to show to the group what you do, to share connections, to make connections, please let me know. I'm happy to have as many of these sessions as you guys are open to helping me facilitate. So thank you.
Yeah. So this is our API outcome that I just sent you. And this is what kids are going to build from scratch and learn about APIs. And then it will connect with different APIs based on the city you put in and give you different results based on the city you're in, the temperature, and it'll recommend some clothing and send you a picture of what that clothing is. And it's only 39 lines. Oh gosh, we're so awesome. And the AI one, it's not completely finalized, but this is sort of a demo of what the kids are gonna do as an end result for the AI module. They're going to put in any, maybe I'm gonna write purple cow. I love purple cows. And AI is going to write a story. Where's the image, Ryan? Oh my gosh, what happened to the image? Ryan, oh my gosh, I can't see it. Oh, there it is. It came, but it's not purple. It's black and white. Okay. Anyway, kids are learning. We taught them about APIs first so that they could then interact with the GPT style API and receive that response and split it into a story and also a prompt for an image, and then send that prompt to the next API and get an image back and reflect that image. So that is the basic, the two beginner modules of our AI curriculum. That it's going to be online, obviously, not offline.
Which GPT is it that sits behind that?
We're actually using probably a different platform, not OpenAI. We may be using GPT 3.5. We're using an intermediary because I forgot why.
I'd only ask is 3.5 is free, and anything 4 and above has a cost attached. So,
right.
Like if you're using a free GPT,
but the API always, I think you pay for. I don't think there's a free API, is there? Yeah. But you can use the chat interface, but to connect to an API, I think you have to pay. I believe. Anyway, I have to.
That's okay.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh yes, super good, super important. We're super excited and willing and happy to offer train the trainer training to you or your trainers or teachers directly. We're happy to, especially have more teachers or more trainers, happy to do a customized training or a collaboration on that training. And when we say training, like normally we do a cohort, make a WhatsApp group, send out some intro emails, and do 2 Zoom calls over the course of 2 weeks. And that would sort of be, just so you have an idea, it's not super complicated. Let's say if you have 50 teachers you want to invite. We send them all the invite via email, ask them to sign up to the WhatsApp group, maybe 20 join, and then they join the Zoom calls and taka, taka, taka. If there's 200, that's fine. Probably if we invite 250 will join, it's normally around 25%. So super happy to offer train the training and or also to do just like a partnership where you host the training and we are just there to show the curriculum and answer questions and just kind of add some pizzazz into the WhatsApp group, drop some emojis. So really happy to partner with y'all, obviously at no cost at all. That's our mission. We're on the same page. We just want to help kids and teachers learn. That's it from me and Code for Change. I just want to introduce, there's Ryan here that does, Ryan, can you raise your hand? There's Rachel here. Rachel, can you raise your hand, but also maybe digitally so that everyone sees your face. If you have any question, want to coordinate that training, that's Rachel right there. She will be leading and chatting and doing all the stuff. And normally she leads all the presentations. It's just, I wanted to cover a lot today, so I just hammered through. That's it.
Cool. We've got a couple of minutes left. Any questions, folks, or any first reactions other than lots of love going on in the chat, and thank you for that. Any other reactions, questions, comments? Lots to take in, right? I feel as if I've just had a double espresso straight to the brain in the last 45 minutes.
Thank you, David. You're so encouraging, David.
I mean that in a positive way, of course.
No, I mean that. You're encouraging. You're always making encouraging comments. I love it. That's good. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna say goodbye. I mean we could share more stuff, but I think we'll leave that for another time. There are some other tools and stuff we've developed, but we'll just cut it here.
And so, Jonathan, if you don't mind, share the deck. I saw you replying earlier on emails. If you want to share those slides with the gang here,
Sure.
I'll share the recording, as I say, as best I can. And yeah, just to reiterate, dot connection is encouraged, folks. So please get in touch. If you are getting in touch with each other, please keep me on copy just so I can be nosy and see what's going on. And if you want to have a similar session for something that you're doing, please let me know and I'll schedule. We'll make the magic happen together as we do already.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, team. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. And thanks
Bye
again, folks.
bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Looking forward to next steps, Jonathan. I really do think there's quite a few. Thank you so much. Looking forward to next steps.
And thank you for your kind words. You know, when someone said about your question in the chat, they mentioned AI, I was a bit thrown off, but your original point just about ethical developers, yes, you know, that's such a big part of us. About AI, you know, don't know what to do about that, but about working with kids and yeah, I get your point. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you know, you might want to check out UNICEF's policy.